if somebody want to give me money to spit in their mouth, I spit in their mouth.
Oh
but I'm
God.
not doing it.
Right, you even let
I'm not doing it just
me not make no money. Me not make no money from me no money. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned in to the baddest podcast out there, Millennial View. I am your host, Sprint Ravens. I forgot to put my phone on airplane mode, but it's all good. I usually put it on airplane mode when I'm filming, so nobody better call my phone while I'm recording. But I'm pretty sure nobody gonna do that because they know better. But with that being said, be sure to like, share, subscribe. Drop a comment below because it is very important to have that discussion with a friend. Them, you know the style. I have a special guest to my left, your right. TikTok sensation.
Goodbye.
TikTok Yo, when I tell you she has, what is it, 30.3k follower now?
33.5 now.
33. Whoa. Yo, I only have like 3.8k on IG, so I need to get like you, but. Former tracklead, yes, triple jump specialist. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ethanity to the podcast.
Hey, round of applause.
Welcome
round
to
of applause. I mean.
What did you say before?
I said round of applause.
Applause? That's not even a word. Jesus Christ. Welcome to the show. It's definitely a pleasure having you on the show. So I put up a poll question the other day on my Instagram asking, how do you feel about people being married in their early 20s? Because somebody told me a story about how this girl had gotten married at the age of 21. And I feel like her man was 23. And I said to myself, but that's kind of young because that's your prime age to like, have fun and find yourself, right? So I know the exact calculation too. 86 people said it's the love for me. And then I had 53 people saying, yo, that's too early. And I feel like if you know me well enough, personally, people, you already know I'm going to say it's too early for that. Meanwhile, on my left, Ethanity says, it's the love for me.
Period.
Now, why do you feel like it's okay for people to get married at an early age?
Okay, so speaking from experience, not from my own experience, my friend's experience, I've had a lot of friends in my age group, either my age or younger, getting engaged and married. I've been a bridesmaid already in 2019. So that was about basically 2 years ago. I was 23? Yeah. And my friend she was engaged at 20 or 19. Yeah. So I believe in it. I mean, I feel like as long as you know for sure this is you know when you want to marry somebody, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you just be sitting here like, at 23 I'm gonna get married, or 27 I'm gonna get married, or goddamn 35, you know what I'm saying? If you know that this person is treating you right, providing, or you're being able to give to this person, being able to be better for yourself for this person, you know what I'm saying? And just, I don't know. I feel like you know when this person is for you, especially if you've been around them for a decent amount of time, or not just like, oh, I've been with this person for like 8 months and getting engaged for like 5 months. Like, nah, like my friend was with this guy for 3.5 years, was engaged for 2.5 years, and then got married in 2019. So I believe, that's like almost 6 years they've been together before they got married. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they was just doing whatever the fuck. So I do believe in it. I used to tell myself I was going to get married at 25, but I don't foresee that happening right now because I'm still single. So
I feel like, when we was younger, we definitely, had this idea that Well, when
like
I turn 20, when I
timeline.
turn 25, I'm gonna have a wife and kids. Yo, people, I'm 26 years old and I'm still single and I still have no children. I'm living life the right way. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, now, marriage though is a very big step because I feel like people in our society feel like, say, marriage is just something to get for the title. You know what I'm saying? You're renewing vows. It's a commitment you're making. You know what I'm saying? Like some people like to look at marriage as just a piece of paper.
I don't think of it that way. I don't think of it that way. Of course, there's money involved. There's what's the government and all law shit get into that. You know Absolutely. What I'm saying? And I feel like for me, this is gonna sound weird, but for me, I don't want to have no kids. I don't want to have none of that until I'm married. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like as much as it's still I wouldn't say easy to get out of a marriage, but it's easier to get into a marriage, but it's not easy to get out of a marriage. So when you find the person that you want to be with and feel like, okay, I can be with this person for the rest of my life, then it's like, okay, now I can have kids with you because you ain't gonna try to leave me after we get married. And you know how long it gets to to leave somebody after marriage? Years sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So you have to really think like, is this person for me? If you don't have that mindset before you get married, then it's just like you just getting married just to get married. But I don't think that there's an age limit on it because there's people that get grandparents been married since 18, you know what I'm saying, and they you know what I'm talking about. Come on, like I don't think there's a age. I think that now, since we have so many options around us, that we feel like, oh, what's another 2 years, what's another 3 years. Back then they didn't have communication with phone like this. They can't call people around the country, Tinder swipe. They had to deal with the person they with. You know what I'm saying? Now we got all these options where people feel like, oh no, I got too many options, too many things to explore before I get married. So
I want to shift to you mentioned Tinder. Tinder, in my opinion,
or BLK, or what's the other one? The Bumble thing.
And them little Facebook got dating all. Now I don't know if you saw my episode. What was it, last season? What you need to know about dating, and I mentioned online dating. I didn't get into depth with that because I actually wanted like another opinion on it. So have you ever experienced online dating?
Yes, my ex-boyfriend I met on online dating website. Yes.
Do you want to tell us what happened with that, or?
I mean, I can. It's just a lot. So you know of it.
Yes.
Okay. Am I telling you how the experience went with the online dating or the ending of it?
You can say both.
Okay, so it was pretty easy. I feel like when I first downloaded the app, it was the BLK app. I downloaded the app and I feel like I was on it for like maybe a week.
For those who don't know, BLK is the black version of Tinder. Yes.
And so I was just swiping. And then I came across his thing. And I was like, okay, swipe this way. Because I think it's this way, right? So I'm just like, cool. We talking or whatever. Everything is cool. And I mean, it was perfect. From that time all the way until 3 months into us conversating, or that's not even a word, conversing. Whatever
it's conversing.
You know what I'm saying. Yeah. So we talk and everything is cool. I deleted the app, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I found somebody that I was interested in.
She found the one, people.
Man, I really did. It was to the point where I was looking up wedding rings. Like, Damn. It was that. It was like that. But I wasn't sitting there like, oh yeah, I'm going to marry him. But it was just having me that, having that thought in my head. Like, One day he come over and he's showing me his fraternity's Instagram. And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. Mind you, he doesn't have social media, nothing like that. So you guys can't even look him up if you want to. So he's showing me his stuff on social media. And then I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But one day I couldn't remember what his birthday was, right? So I'm like, fuck, how am I supposed to know when his birthday is? And so my friend, she's a Delta. And she was like, sometimes when for certain fraternities, their people have birthdays. They'll do birthday shout outs. So I'm like, okay, let me go to his fraternity's Instagram and see if they did a birthday shout out to remember his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Go to one of the pictures where he was on, and it was like, they didn't have no birthday thing on it, but there was comments. And you know, you always gotta look at the comments. You can't not look at the comments if there's comments. You feel me? So I go to the comments and I see some girl with the hard eyes under the picture.
Oh shit.
And I'm just like, you know, it's whatever. It was mad long. I think it said, like, from when I saw it, it probably said like 15 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it was a while ago. So I wasn't really, you know, pressed about it. I go to the page. I'm like, oh, he showed me this girl before. I think this is his ex. His ex.
Oh shit.
Right? So I go to the page while I'm scrolling, and there's pictures of them two still up on her page.
It's still there? Not he didn't even archive. They didn't even archive it.
It was still there. So I'm just like. But the last picture that she posted, I think was like in like what, June of 2019 or something like that. And I think when I peeped it, it was September.
Mm-hmm.
So that's still some time. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, okay, maybe because there's some people that when they be in relationships, they don't just delete the photos because they don't want people to be in their business, but whether or not they broke up or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he told me they broke up a year ago. So that's why I'm just like, I'm confused. Yeah. So I brought it up to him, and then of course he sweet talked me, tell me, he don't know how she still got the pictures up, or blah blah blah. I don't even talk to her, blah blah blah. I'm just like, all right. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. That's just a little bit of the details. 2 months later, he tells me he's going upstate. Right, he's going upstate with his dad and his dad's friends. Who hangs out with their daddy and their daddy friends for a whole weekend though? Not just for a couple hours, a whole weekend. So I'm like, all right, cool. I told my friend about it, and she was just like, sis, that sounded a little fishy. You feel me? That sounded a little fishy. I was like, you know what I mean? I can't do nothing about it. I can't, like, follow him upstate. Mind you, I still had the girl's Instagram, right? Because I found it. I also showed my other friends or whatever, because, you know, that's just what girls do.
Right.
So she takes it upon herself to go to the girl's Instagram. I didn't tell her to go look. I didn't go look. She took it upon herself to go look.
Yeah.
Why about like the day after I told her, she sent me some screenshots of them two hanging out on her story.
Yeah.
Right? So then I'm just like, you know how like you can post old stuff?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
memories.
Is this a memory? Is this? She was like, nah, look at her whole story. So I'm like, I'm looking, and it's like, of course you can tell like whether or not it's old or versus new when it's like a whole chronological type of thing.
Right.
So it was new shit. And I'm just like, wow. Not only is he not upstate, he's states away in Tennessee.
States away in Tennessee.
We are in New York.
Wow.
And I was crying. I was like, damn, this nigga got me fucked up. Like, I was so mad. I ended up breaking up with him 4 days later because I wanted to see his reaction in person.
Right. And
so I kept it cool, kept it calm and everything. He finally comes through the crib. And I'm like, oh, so how was your weekend? You know, I you know, how was upstate? So he goes, it was cool, you know, besides the car accident. He told me he got into a car accident. He was like, besides the car accident I had with my friends. And I was just like, oh, with your friends? I thought you was upstate with your daddy. And he was just like, I was. And I was like, oh, but you wasn't. He was like, yes, I was. I'm like, no, you wasn't. I'm like, I'm giving you the chance to tell me the truth. And he was like, all right, I was out of town. Where? He's like, with my friends. And I'm like, okay, doing what? He was just like, going to parties, drinking. I'm like, oh, okay, but that's not all you was doing. So then he was like, what I was doing. So I found the picture on my phone that my friend sent me. And I showed it to him. I was like, when was this? It was a picture of him and the girl. He was just like, damn. And he like got, like he was like smiling like this and went like straight face right after. And I was just like, fuck, like this man really like got me fucked up. And he was like, oh, that was Saturday, blah blah blah. I was like, oh, okay, well, did you fuck her? And he was like, nah, I didn't fuck her. We just ran into each other. Just lying. Just lying. The whole end of the relationship was just him lying. I mean, it was good up until from June all the way until September, October-ish, but I don't know. If it wasn't for him cheating, I think we would have probably still been together, but he had me fucked up.
Do you believe in people forgiving their significant other for cheating?
That's tough.
It's tough.
I want to say it all depends.
Okay.
Cause I can't even, cause when you married, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you married, you can't just be like, oh, I'm done with the marriage. You cheated one time. That's it. You got to be able to like work through the struggles you have in a relationship, whether it's cheating, whether it's money, whether it's lying, whether it's just things you may keep secrets or you haven't told me about. You have to be able to work through those things. But if it's just like you got 2 tries with me. You got 2 tries. You got 2 tries. You do it once. It also depends on the severity of the cheating. Like if it's just a little kid or whatever, or you went out to the club and I found out you had sex with some random girl at the party. Right. You know what I'm saying? But if it's just like your ex and you find out you were really in a relationship with somebody else, that's a whole nother thing. That's you gone right then and there.
Totally different.
Totally different.
Put it like this, right? Now, it's like if they think about cheating, right? I don't come to your head. Like, I'm not a thought in your mind that you're about to do something that you will regret. Like, do I not come to your head? Like, what is it that pressures the other party to cheat? Especially if I'm bringing everything to the table. I'm bringing you my support. I'm giving you my affection. I'm giving you my attention. And I'm giving you my love. But yet, something is pressuring you to cheat. So it's like, you know, I'm bringing all of this. And these are the same people that say, yo, me don't want no man for cheat on me. Me want a man well loyal. I that them want, right? But
they can't give it.
But yo, it's like I'm bringing that, but you just switched the role here. You just switched. You know, no. You turned into the typical man where cheat and him fuck enough people, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, I don't know if there's strikes to it because it's like, yo, that's someone you love and someone else is inside them. Someone else is that's somebody else touching the love of your life. It tells me that, you know, you don't love me.
Can't.
It don't make no sense, you know? So that's why, like, whenever I look at these on and off relationships or these on and off situationships, I look at these people as a joke. You guys are a joke. You know what I'm saying? Because once you do something, it becomes a habit. You get me? I feel like once a cheater, always a cheater. I'm sorry. And I'm not throwing nobody under the bus, bro. I'm not doing it. But it's like, yo, you found something, now you're gonna get the habit of it.
Now, if
to counteract.
All right.
I feel like you're about to counteract.
I kind of am. Okay. Only because the situation that you're bringing up is a little bit different than what I'm thinking. Because there's people that cheat and they could be happy with this person. The person is giving them all they need, but they still say, fuck it, I'm still going to cheat. Them people are always going to be cheaters. Now, I've been in a situation, I'm not going to lie, I've cheated before. Jaja. I have. I'm not even gonna lie. Damn. And so I've cheated before, and I'm not giving this an excuse because there's no excuses for cheating. And so I was with this guy, and he wasn't showing me no attention. He would go weeks without texting me, calling me. Mind you, we were already doing distance. You know what I'm saying? So with you doing distance, you have to continue to have conversation with your significant other. You can't go weeks and days and all of that stuff without talking to each other. And so he was doing that to me. Like on days I would call, we would talk on the phone for like 5 minutes, and he would be like, "Oh, I'm going to sleep now." I'm like, damn, like it's only 9:00. Why are you sleeping? Like, come on. And so, like, after that conversation, I wouldn't hear from him for a whole week later. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, like, and then there was somebody else giving me what I was needing. You know what I'm saying? And he was showing me attention. He was hanging out with me, buying me things. Not saying, oh, yeah, because he's doing better for me because he's buying me things. But, it's showing me appreciation in some sort of way. And I wasn't getting that from my current person. You know what I'm saying? And you know how like he was like, oh, if you're not thinking about me when you're cheating. I thought about him. I did before, during, and after. And it ate me up so much to the point where like I probably cried for like 2 days straight after cheating. Right. And that was the first and last time I've ever cheated on somebody. And I don't foresee myself having to cheat on somebody. So I don't think that all cheaters are going to always cheat. Well,
as long as you, I guess, learn something from it, then maybe, just maybe.
And found out that he was cheating on me. But that doesn't, right. The plot twist. That doesn't make it better.
It doesn't. Yeah, but as long as, I guess, you learn a lesson from it, then, then I guess you could break the habit there. Because, I mean, habits are breakable. I believe habits are breakable. Definitely. So,
I don't know if you can tell I'm shivering.
For real?
I'm shivering.
I got the heat on.
It's from being outside still. I have to unthaw.
Yeah, 'cause I got the heat on. Yeah. But I want to shift back to the online dating thing, right? I said that you may encounter a few weirdos online.
A few?
Many weirdos.
Oh, okay. I think you had to fix that. Yeah, let's fix it. That you find a few nice people.
All right, so many are massive amount. Massive amount sounds right. Yeah, massive amount sounds much better. Yes, you encounter a massive amount of weirdos. For example, people that want to hook up, people that are crazy.
People that are bored.
People that are bored that just want the company.
I think that's the majority of it.
True or false?
That is the majority?
No, what I just said.
I missed that.
All right, so you encounter weirdos such as people that want to hook up. People that are bored. And you have the crazies.
Right, yeah, that's true.
Okay. Have you encountered any of that?
Yes. I don't think I've encountered the crazies, but I've definitely encountered the hookups and the weird bored people that will hit you up and you start having conversation, you never hear from them again. Those are the bored people, right? When they texting you just because they bored, and then they go 4 days without talking to you, and then they come back talking about some hey beautiful, how you been? I'm good. I'm texting somebody else now. Like, right. you had my attention for only 2 seconds at this point because you decided to dip. And then there's the weirdos, the horny freaky fucks that decide to text you asking you, what's your favorite position? And can I spread your legs wide and put my dick in you?
They really say that straight up?
Females that watch Brandon's podcast, I'm sure you can agree.
Sprint, you can't say my government. Ooh. You're good. You good.
Just cut it out.
Nah, you good. I'm not cutting that. Nah, I'm not cutting that.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Yo, sooner or later they're gonna find out the government. I know nothing. It's all good. But yo, fellas, don't do that. Don't.
They're doing it. Shit. They're doing it.
What?
If I could show you my DMs,
bro,
zoom in on this face right now, because. Anyways,
and I actually want some of the men to actually take part in this. You could drop a comment. Feel free. Well, yeah. what triggers the male to ask those stuff right away? What triggers them? What is it? Like, I feel like, what is it? Them now get the pussy or something? What is it?
You want to know what I feel like? And tell me if I'm wrong. You know, anybody in the comments, tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like some men feel like they're entitled to the things that they say. And they feel, since men are like, of course, the most important type of species in the world, you know, whatever. Yeah. They feel like they can get away with murder, or they feel like a woman deserves or only get certain, what am I trying to say? Like, they deserve certain comments. Like, if they see like a girl looks sexy online, they feel like, oh, since she looks sexy online, I could say whatever the hell I want to her because she looks sexy online. That someone online doesn't deserve respect because they look sexy online. Right. Like, that makes no sense. But I feel like that's what it is. Like, they really feel like, oh, whatever they see, they could say whatever they want out of their mouth. Like, if that's, for instance, if you see someone homeless looking, you know, dusty or whatever, you're going to go up to them and say, oh, well, you look dusty and homeless. You can't do that. Same thing for someone that looks sexy. You can't come up to, oh, yeah, I want to put my dick in you because you look sexy. You can't do that. Like, you can't just state the obvious like that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of messed up.
I also feel like it's an egotistical thing. Some men like to prove a point that they still got it. Them can't get the pussy. Them have the money. Them have the clothes. The good thing them. You know what I'm saying? Big up ding dong. And all our of us, clear of us. Yeah, that's what they truly feel like. Yo, I still got it. Yeah, this is me. Like, you can't touch this. It's like a competition. You know what I'm saying? And what are we really competing for? Who can get the most pussy?
That's, yes.
Who can get the most pussy, right?
That or just their ego, to feed their ego, whether or not they can get the girl or not. Jesus Christ.
And, you know, I also think about that. Sometimes nowadays, I feel like the woman them, I feel like they crave sex more than the man. You agree with that?
I feel like, for me, because I can't speak for all women, because I know there's some non-horny women and extra horny women. But for me, I know that I only like to have sex with someone that I really like versus just anybody. Like, some people that I know personally females don't mind having sex with just anybody. I wouldn't say just anybody, like just a random person on the street. But like, they could be talking to this person for like maybe 5 days and just be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to give up the pussy. It's not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? For me, I have to like you. It has to be maybe a couple months before I decide I really like you and I want to have sex with you. Sometimes it'll take me a month maybe to feel like I want to have sex with somebody, but I have to have some sort of connection to the person. I can't just decide like, oh yeah, I'm having sex with anybody. That's not me being horny. Me being horny is having the same sex drive with the same person. You know what I'm saying? Over and over again. Right. But I don't have that sex drive with just anybody.
And you know what intrigued me over the years is that women are more open with their thoughts on sex. You know what I'm saying? Because look at us when we was kids back in the days, right? We talk about sex and the girl sucking odd and licking balls.
That used to be a thing for real. Now they used to be like, oh, I don't suck dick.
I don't suck. Yeah, yo, I don't suck dick. Yo,
and then you be, I don't suck dick.
And no, it's like everybody is just open with it. Now, my thought was that maybe it's like the media that pushed them to be more open about it, or maybe they're getting older. I don't know. Do you think like the media perpetuates sex or what?
Yes, it does. I don't know if it necessarily shaped our minds as kids, because we didn't have media as much as we did now. Yeah. So I feel like then, I think men kind of like made it such a thing where like, oh, you had to suck on my dick in order for us to have sex type of thing. And some girls is just like, you know what, fuck that. I'm not sucking no dick. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you ain't trying to eat this cat. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it was definitely that type of thing. And men used to always be like, well, I don't have to eat pussy. I don't have to eat pussy. Well, then shit, I don't have to suck your dick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where it also came from at younger age, especially for people that wasn't really sexually active like that.
Right. And nowadays it's, no.
I like to be fucked like it's not. You know that song? JT? No.
JT. Who's what? The City Girls? I don't listen to City Girls.
You know that Throw Baby song?
No. You know I don't listen to American music. Like,
some of you guys know Throw Babies.
Yeah, some of you may know, and you guys know. More only listen to dancehall. I hate that. Is it? Mm-hmm. But nowadays, this whole eating the pussy with the man, them they praise that, they worship the pussy now, and nowadays they worship beyond that.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
They worship beyond that. And
which is not a bad thing. Don't make him change your mind now.
Listen, me up on Twitter and big up all of my Twitter friend them. I see it on Twitter that the men are worshipping Nyam in the body. Mm-hmm. And rimming on them something.
I can't get with the spitting in the mouth.
Yeah, that. It's funny how I really don't go into this field, but let's really touch upon that. People, what satisfaction are you getting from someone else spitting in your mouth? Or what type of satisfaction are you getting from spitting in someone's mouth? The way I see it, I actually was scrolling. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's gagging. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was scrolling through my my news feed on Twitter or timeline, whatever you want to call it, and then all I saw was two people having sexual relations, and
the black couple.
Yeah,
dark.
Yeah, and the dude had a silky on. Yeah. Yo, and you just
it was on Facebook.
Really? Oh,
I think
God.
it was on Facebook.
Yo, all I saw was a spit line. Yo, I scrolled past it so fast. I'm like, I don't want to see that.
I was hurling for the next 5 minutes.
Oh, you actually stomach that? Oh, see, I can't stomach that.
I was
like, wow, what pleasure do you get from that?
And people like to say, oh, well, you kiss people with spit. Yeah, but come on now.
I don't feel like it gets to that extent though. Like, yeah, tongue kissing, cool. That cool and all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Tongue kissing get me going. Nah, lie. But I don't feel like it's gonna get to the extent where I'm gonna build up the saliva in my mouth, forgot in her mouth. You get me? Like, it's just, yo, I don't know. Like, if you condone that, you're entitled to your own opinion, but just know, like, I just don't see the significance of the satisfaction out of that.
Yeah, it's not a thing. It's definitely not a thing. I would never. If somebody want to give me money to spit in their mouth, I'll spit in their mouth.
Oh,
but I'm not doing it.
Right, I'm not doing
it just
me not make no money. Me not make no money from me no money. There's many other ways to make money, but I refuse. I will
never let somebody spit in my mouth. That's not the thing.
Yeah, so ladies, since you're hearing me say that and you enjoy that, yeah, this is your red flag. This is your
swipe left.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right, because me know you them suck me out. Is it? But we're gonna wrap it up right now. Yes, tell the people where we can find you on social media.
All right. Well, you can follow me at ETHVNITY. The V is supposed to be like a little upside down.
What is
A?
Okay. I'm like, what was the significance of that?
Yeah, I don't know why I had it. It's been like that for years, but yeah, on everything ETHVNITY, TikTok and Instagram. I don't really use Snapchat and Facebook, so.
Yeah, please help her boost that TikTok because
I'm trying to get to 100K by the end of this year. So
yeah, anything is possible, people. You know, this is a very charismatic person, and again, thank you for stopping by on the Millennial View. You are more than welcome to return to the show, people. This is the Millennial View. I am your host, Sprint Rivas, and I'm out.